Greetings, Facebook, Internet, halfmeasuresroom.com. This is your video log man, Oliver, here to go over this week and continue with the step work we started about 10 weeks ago. I again had a lot of thoughts about how to go about doing this video log. As you can see, I'm not outside. It's the weather's not bad. It's not cold right now. We got a lot of rain here. Yesterday was really bad. Stormy, flooding. Was pretty wild and intense. I've never seen rain like that before here in Central Texas, which is good. Like I've mentioned before, we went through this drought, and things have not been so good with us water wise. But I have my daughter over the weekends, and it was just her this weekend. Not all the kids were here, and I just wanted to get her out and to do something. There's this website that I go to called Do 512 Family, and 512 is the area code here in the Austin Metroplex, and it's a website that I found on Facebook, and it kind of helps you find stuff to do with the kids. Most of it's free, and something that they had mentioned for Saturday was this troupe that does it's kids from, I believe, fourth grade to eighth grade, and they do plays. And one of them was this, I think it was Henry the Eighth or something like that. It was one of these, I can probably find it here. Hold on a second. It's one of these Shakespeare plays, and they took it and did their own kind of thing with it, which I thought was really cool. I've never read this actual play by Shakespeare. I've read stuff like Othello and Romeo and Juliet, but I've never read this. I think it's Henry VIII, part one. It's just this group of kids. It was really cute. I think they did a lot of the narrative from the actual written play by William Shakespeare, but they kind of did their own kind of thing to make it a little more fun. And they only did it for an hour at this public library on the east side of Austin, which has really grown. That part of town used to be a really bad place to be. It's really grown and changed a lot. And going to this library was really cool to see this library we'd never been to. And the rain was horrible, but we really took our time getting there. We live on the northwest side of town, so we gave ourselves plenty of time and stopped and got snacks and drinks and stuff like that. So that was good. Today the rain stopped, but my daughter's grandmother wanted me to take her to see this tree lighting. They do these Christmas tree lightings around this time of year, and this one they had today was at this place called the Domain, which is like a new shopping area. It's more upper tier. I'm like a tier 1 when it comes to shopping, and this place is like a tier 5. Places like Tony Bahama, Tesla, which sells vehicles, very expensive vehicles. Coach is a store there. Apple, I believe it's the only Apple store in the Austin area is there. So it's not really my place to be. My daughter really wasn't happy when we first got there. There's a lot of people. We had a hard time finding a place to park, and as soon as we walked into the shopping area, we just really didn't see a whole lot going on for kids, which is weird because that dude 512 said there was going to be face painting and balloon and crafts and all kinds of things going on for the kids. And we did see some tents and some food trucks. Austin is really grown into the food truck industry. I don't know if you've ever heard of Torchy's Tacos, but that's where Torchy started, was a food truck, and now they're kind of blown up and they're big. They've got stores, restaurants all over town now. Um, but that's another story in itself. I actually know the guy that started Torchy's, so I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I know who he is. Um, anyway, we still just didn't see anything for kids. We saw some kids with balloons, animals on their head, these hats. And my daughter asked, one of them, "Hey, where'd you get the balloon animal?" And they said, well, on the other side of Macy's by Dick's Sporting Goods. That's where we got it. So we walked over there, and there's a whole other shopping area I'd never been to before. I'm just not real familiar with the domain. I've been over there a couple times for my MacBook, which is what I'm using right now to make this video. There's a whole other shopping area with the Vans, clothing was over there, Game Fellas or GameStop or whatever, and then there's this candy store. Much more my level of shopping and much more for the kids. So that was really cool. Rode a train, and that's where we met her mother. Came to pick Audrey up, pick my daughter up from me. I get her on the weekends, and she stays with her mom during the week. So that was kind of interesting. And they didn't stick around for the tree lighting, which I don't blame them. There's so many people there. It was really crowded, but I didn't get out of there till almost 6 o'clock, and it was getting dark, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do this outside. So I'm here inside the house, sitting on my bed doing the video log, you know. But my week's been like the other weeks. It's mostly work and school. I'm closing in on this Visual Basic program class that I'm taking, and I'll start another the second class for Visual Basic next month. So I got a couple more weeks. So that's what I'm going to be doing after I get done with the video log here. I'm going to get logged in and start doing my school work. Step 10 is where we're at this week, and something that I've always kind of had issues with is people that talk about steps 10, 11, and 12 being the steps that we can continue after we finish the program. And I just don't like that. I think that all the steps need to be worked again. But step 10 is kind of like a review of step 4 in a sense. And in the textbook that I grew into reading about step work, it kind of combines step 10 and 11. Step 10, it only talks about it in a paragraph or two, and talks about this reusable four-step inventory that we do on a daily basis or a monthly basis. For some people, it's a once-a-year thing, But I like these. It talks about these on awakening and when we retire at night. When it goes into step 11, that's in the big book is where I'm talking about. And that to me is the step 10 work, the inventory work, reviewing my day in the evening and how I've gone about things and what needs to be changed, what amends I need to make if I've done anything wrong. And then awakening, how I'm going to go about my day, what I need to look for, what I need to fix that I've done wrong, things of that nature. That to me is more like step work, step 10 work, doing this inventory over again. This is something that I'm not very good at, to be honest with you. I've even got an evening review worksheet here on my desktop. I've got it on my phone, and it's just something that it would be completely honest with you, I don't use, but it's something I've grown to be better at. In the morning I do my devotional reading, and I kind of make a plan for the day. What I need to get done, and if there's anything that I know that I'm having issues with, in particular, one of them is of course this desire and obsession to use drugs and alcohol. That's one of the things I ask my higher power to relieve me of. And another one is judgments that I have against other people, especially with drivers. On my way into work, driving has changed a lot here in town. A lot of people have moved into the Austin area over the past few years. It's gotten really crazy the way the driving is, and people at work that I have issues with the way some people behave at this new job that I'm at. Um, because it's really more. And I think I've talked about this before. When I go to meetings, I've made judgments against people. The way they share. Cursing was a big thing for me. When after I had my head injury, the cursing in the meetings was a real big problem for me, and I just the more I thought about this, it just made sense for me to try to look past that because I was not hearing the message that they were trying to convey in their stories. I was looking for I think I may have talked about this, and you've probably heard about this in meetings, but the differences in people rather than the similarities, which is what I really need to look for in these meetings. I need to look for the similarities to see where I'm alike this person, because we're all go to these meetings for the same reason. We're all in this program for the same thing. At least most of us are. So that's one of the things I ask for help for in the morning is this judgments against other people and the things that they do. But for the grace of God, there go I. I've always really liked that prayer, especially when I understood the true meaning of it. Hold on, I'm just thirsty to drink this coffee. But in the evening time, I think is what the review. That's when the inventory is really necessary and it comes to light, because that's when I can look back at the mistakes I've made and the wrongs I've done. Because the stuff I talk about in the morning and I review and look over, and the plans I make for the day, that stuff can change in a heartbeat. Once I get in that car and I start driving, to work, I start getting upset and I totally forget about what I was, aiming in my morning devotionals. So in the evening, it's really good for me to sit down and look, what mistakes I've made and where I've gone wrong, and ask for help in those. There's also other people that I think about that are having problems, but that's more about step 11, which I'll get into next week. But there have been resentments that continue to visit me after I've done step 4. Step 4 is a long laundry list of my past, and even though I've gone over those with my sponsor and made that list and made amends, doesn't mean that I won't revisit them. That stuff can pop up again, even though it might be a different person, a different situation. It could be much the same kind of resentment, because I haven't been able to get rid of these character defects and shortcomings. I don't know if I talked about this last week, but the whole trash can. You might have 10 trash cans for the 10 shortcomings you have, but you only have got 9 lids. So you're not going to be able to cover all of them up. Not all those resentments and shortcomings are going to be removed right away. This is all stuff that's going to happen over a period of time, and some of them might not ever leave us. We might have defaults of character at one point, and then they might change and have another defaults of character later on in time. So this end of the day kind of review thing, I think, is very, very important, and because there are times when I will have resentment against people, but I won't bring them up. I won't talk to other people about them. I won't talk to my sponsor, my wife. So it's really important for me, if we're on a daily basis, to kind of cover this stuff so it doesn't accumulate to where it becomes baggage, which at times that's happened. Where I've just had to go ahead and make that written 4-step over again. Because a lot of things are bothering me, and I'm having a lot of problems, and I haven't really confronted them. I've just tried to let them, go over me and pass on their own, and they don't. These feelings I have, these resentments I have that keep revisiting me. If I don't deal with them, they will continue to live inside me. So step 10 is it's a continuing thing. I really like that's the main word for me, and that and that step is this continuance of the work that we've already begun. That's another thing I just don't like the way these steps are numbered. And I understand why they're numbered, but I don't. I think that once we get to step 12, we're done. I think in step 12 it talks about continuing to do this work in all our affairs. This whole idea of relieving the drink and the drug obsessions from our mind and our spirit is just the beginning. Much more important demonstration lies before us in our respective home occupations and affairs. So this whole removal of the drugs and the alcohol is just a start. There's a whole gambit of reasons why Oliver used to use drugs and alcohol, and it's looking at my life and how I react to it, how I make decisions, and what I do, the feelings I have, the thoughts that I've made against others and situations. That's important. So this whole review, at the end of the day, is very important. It's something I'm just not very good at, to tell you the truth. It's something that I've gotten a little bit better at, but the questions I ask myself are very simple and plain Jane. Just about 3 or 4 questions I ask myself, looking over, see if there's anything major. But when I was thinking about putting a link down below, I had another hard time this week. There's just not a whole lot on the internet that I know of when it comes to sobriety, because I don't really depend on the internet to stay sober and to do my step work. But I know that there's got to be some worksheets out there, and there's that evening review that I have, but it's something that somebody gave me, and I didn't really know how to put a link up for that to give you all a link to my desktop. I just didn't know how to go about doing that, so I just put in a search for a 10-step inventory, and I found this website. I can't remember the name of it now. I think it's like 12-step worksheets or something of that nature. But it's got worksheets for pretty much all the steps, and there's a few in there for the 10-step inventory that I really like, and they're similar to what I have on my desktop for my evening review. So I'd like y'all to check that out if you would. I read through a little bit of this stuff, and it's interesting. Some of it is very involved. A lot of writing there that I just didn't have the time to read at this point. But I do plan on going back and checking that link out again. I don't know if it's a blog page or what. I looked at it on my phone, so I didn't really have a really opportune chance to look at the details of this link at this website. But it's pretty cool. If you have some time, please check it out, and you can print out some of these worksheets and check them out. Next couple weeks are going to be probably pretty crazy for me. I got to work on Thanksgiving, so next week is just not going to be any different for me. It's going to be like any other week. But Sunday I do plan on sitting down and doing the vlog again for step 11. I'm really looking forward to that. Steps 10, 11, and 12 have I think a great importance for those that continue this program and their lives, and there's a lot to do with kind of where I'm at today in my program. Step 10 is something I do need to improve in my life, and I'm really glad to be able to sit down and talk about this with y'all today. Let me go ahead and read at least something out of the literature before this 20 minutes is up. Something I forgot to do. This is in the big book. Like I said, there's only a couple paragraphs that talk about step 10, but I really like this. I think I may have already covered some of this, but it says that we vigorously commenced this way of living as we cleaned with the past. We have entered the world of the spirit. Our next function is to grow in understanding and effectiveness. This is not an overnight matter. It should continue for our lifetime. Continue to watch for selfishness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. When these crop up, we ask God to at once remove them. We discuss them with someone immediately and make amends quickly if we have harmed anyone. Then we resolutely turn our thoughts to someone we can help. Love and tolerance of others is our code, and that's something that I did fail to mention was looking to work for others. That's something I do talk to my higher power about in the morning. I do ask God to show me where I can be of service, and it's along those lines of when I ask for those judgments to be removed. I ask the judgments against others to be removed so I can hear His message, and so I can see where I can be of service to others. And it's not just people in sobriety. It could be anybody out there that needs help. So something I love about my daughter, man, we're at that 20-minute mark. It's probably time for me to shut up, but I just wanted to mention this, and I'll let y'all go. But I was at Starbucks when we got to that domain for that tree lighting, and there's this long, crazy line. It was really small Starbucks. I was going in there to get some coffee and get my daughter a cookie, and the line was so crazy long. I got in it, but my daughter stayed there at the door to open it to let people in, and I just thought it was adorable. It was cute, and that's the way she is. She looks to be of help and of service to others, even though she may not know them or know what they need or what they're about. If it's something that she can do as little as she can do to help and be of service, that's what she'll do. And I love that. It's not all about her. She thinks about others, and yeah, that's something that this program does for me. I think it starts off in the beginning, about my selfishness, but it's all about how to remove it, and later on in the steps, it's all about what I can do to others and be of service. And I think that's where step 10 is really leading towards after making the amends, is how I can better myself and look at what I'm doing every day to be of service to others. But we're about gone over that 20-minute time. It's good to see y'all again, and I'll talk to y'all next week. Step 11.